तव कथामृतं तप्तजीवनम् कविभिरीडितं कल्मषापहम् श्रवणमङ्गलम् श्रीमदाततं भुवि गृह्णन्ति भूरिदा जनाः भुवि गृह्णन्ति भूरिदा जनाः. The ultimate goal of human life, to transcend the nature, internal, kama, krodha, lobha, moha, mada, matsarya, raga, dvesha, ahankara, all these internal, by grace of God. They look you like huge enemies, but can easily be overcome, easily be vanquished. So easy. Love of God is such a powerful thing. Submission to God is such a powerful thing that they live out of their own will, with great joy that this soul has surrendered to God. Let us leave Him in peace and joy. Let Him enjoy the bliss of God. So goes the inner enemies, which we were considering as enemies. They bless and go. Similarly, we see external world also. The nature outside. We are bound by the nature. We cannot do anything independent of nature. Wherever nature keeps, whatever sukha dukkha she gives, whenever the life she begins and life she ends, we are bound by all that. All losses, gains in life, the joys and sorrows are imposed by nature and we cannot escape. Even this we transcend. We see she is affecting only my external bodily existence, and love of God separates me from this identification with body and makes me so light and free, independent of body. I remain. You can see all saints' life. They are in the same world as we are. They are in the same family life as we are. Yet, in internal ocean of bliss, they are floating. Children are weeping. They are demanding. Wife is forcing. All that external is going on. Like any other ordinary person. Anybody's Tukaram's life, or Eknath Maharaj's life, or Meera's life, or Tulsida's life, all see same temptations, same situations of life that we are facing, but they are totally anointed without any stigma or without any catch which is in hold. They live as pure, so much insulated from all things. They live beautifully in their own bliss, separated from all this, like butter taken away from the curd. It was one with the curd. After churning, it becomes separate and floats in water, floats wherever you keep, untouched by anything external. So is the life of devotee, and it is in its own bliss and joy. We saw the Navada Bhakti we are going through, the Archana we finished. Vandana also we finished. Vandana is where in ecstatic love of God, in total acceptance of the Lord, in ecstatic love of God, getting absorbed in God, the total submission, unconditional submission. I am yours forever. Nothing of this world or anything remains in me. I am that. So, this is Vandana. Next, we go to the next Dasya. In the Navada Bhakti, next stands Dasya. Dasya is another. See the grading also, how the one supersedes the other, you see. Vandana is one aspect, Dasya, you see. Again, coming to the whole universe and beyond, and the universe and its own existence, the Jiva, Jagat and Ishvara are viewed together. The Lord is not independent of this universe. He is not independent of me. I am not independent of Him. I am not separate from Him. He is not separate from this world in which He is present. He pervades. He has become this universe. I was loving Him. I have total submission at His feet in Vandana, and in love I got absorbed into His person. We see Akrura and Krishna. We saw Vidura and Krishna in the Vandana aspect. Now, the understanding, when he becomes one with the Lord, there is no subject-object, as if subject has merged in subject. He sees from within, Lord has become the whole universe. Oh, I was seeing Krishna here, loving Him as my all and given my all to Him. When I see Him, when I merge in Him, I see He is not only this Krishna whom I love. He is the universe. He is the beyond who has manifested as Krishna for my sake and absorbed my me into Him. But He is the whole universe. He is all beings in the universe. This acceptance, a higher understanding that God alone exists. God alone, everything what exists is God alone. Sarvam Kalvidam Brahma. This Vibhutva, the Lord's Vibhu, is the cream and pervading everything. How? Like the ghee pervading milk. How every part of milk is pervaded by ghee, which I can separate and see also, and take it out also from same milk. Like oil seed containing the oil. Every bit of the oil seed is pervaded by the oil. I squeeze and take it out. The God is the essence of the oil seed is oil. This oil, like that, God is pervading this whole universe. He has become this, and He is pervading it, and He is the substratum. To view this and accept Him as Vibhu, as the Isha. Vibhu is an aspect that He has become, He is pervading, He is giving existence to all that exists, is Vibhutva. And He is ruling it, He is governing it, is the another aspect, Isha. Isha and Vibhu. The acceptance of Vibhu and Isha brings the Jiva to another awareness of its own. He is governing all this. He is the Lord. The acceptance of Lord, I become Dasa. I want to be His servant. Because I am His product. I am here in this world. And His Dasatva doesn't end with becoming Dasa of the Lord alone. He accepts the world as it is. In Dasya, there is total acceptance. The world is as it is. I have no complaints. I have nothing to change here. It is Lord. God has become all this. What to correct here, what not to correct. Like dream. In dream, mind has become everything. What to correct and what to change. Whatever we change is becoming again mind. Mind has become. When we wake up, we see only one mind. One mind has become the dream world. So one reality, one God has become this world and is playing his own game, like the mind playing the dream world game. Like that, he is playing here. And what to total acceptance of the world as it is. Some is fighting, some is enjoying, some is suffering. All this play of the Lord. Wow. What you have become everything, and you are playing this game of joys and sufferings, losses and gains, and this and that, here and there, then and now, time, space, actions, so many things, actions and reactions. What is this game? And let me play my part as you have given this part to me, and I shall be your servant. The acceptance of word as it is one of the important factors of Dasya. Dasya we generally limit to Hanuman being the serving Rama. It is not, it doesn't end with it. Being a servant doesn't end with it. I accept master as it is. The master's property, master's all things I accept as it is. His qualities, his nature. I am servant. I have no questions. I have nothing to change, or I abide. Abide by the laws God has made regarding this nature. How nature should work, how a jiva must work, how the transmigration takes place, how sukha dukha comes according to the action. All is acceptable to him because it is Lord's law. He bows down to the law of the nature. He implicitly obeys the orders of the Lord, the instructions of the Lord, like in Bhagavad Gita. So many instructions Krishna gives to Arjuna. It is universal instructions of the Lord. Every soul has to obey that. If you don't, it is adharma, against, and there is the consequences, bondage and suffering. So otherwise, follow this, you are in the path of evolution to eternal joy and bliss. So here he sees implicit obedience to the Lord's commandments. Ma manusmara yudhyaja in Bhagavad Gita. Whatever you do, offer it to me. Yat karoshi yadasnasi, yat juhosi dadasyata. All that you give to me, offer to me. I will save you from all things. How beautiful each instruction to Arjuna you will see in the Dasatva he is following. See this one, to be Lord's servant is to be the servant of the world. He is not the servant of Lord alone. Lord is there in the form of the universe. Even before we take sannyasa, the Guru asks us this one question: do you accept yourself as the servant of this world? Are you able to do the menial work for the welfare of others? Will you keep that ego that I cannot do this, I cannot take that strain, I cannot walk all the way, I cannot. Are you ready to give up your sleep, all comforts for the welfare of the world? So that dasatvam means what is it? We understand the absolute selflessness. The self is totally erased, no self there when dasatva comes into picture. Giving, acceptance of whole world and all beings, being servant of a plant striving without water. It is drying up, and you see the drying up. Will you give a glass of water to it? You are the servant of the world. You are the servant of this universe. God exists in everything. It is asking for water. The plant is asking for water. Are you able to give? So this is the dasatva doesn't limit, and how the implicit obedience, explicit obedience is there. I tell, you do, is the explicit obedience. He has told me to do. What Lord expects from a jiva, I do that without being told. What is in the Lord's mind? When we were in training center in Belur, we were asked to serve about 80 brahmacharis of the training center. A number of sadhus, brahmacharis, coming as guests, and also those who are stationed in Belur Math. All those, a huge dining hall. We are each line one brahmachari from the training center will be standing there to serve. And then they go on serving rice, dal, this and that. Whole pangat. More than about 120, 125 people sitting in dining hall. They serve. And how we are taught to go such particular time, about 1.5 hours before the bell rings for food, to take out all the materials, fill in the buckets, 125 to there must be not a point anywhere that is a Swami or a person is waiting for any food any time. Everybody is vigilant and be with all things that is necessary by the side. And then after the first serving is over, all items, all together will chant the Brahmarpanam shlokas. And then we see all are eating. And each one will be standing by the side of one row. And he'll be keeping, once all items have been given, then each one is holding the item and standing, and see that everybody's plate will be seeing how is he eating, what is he liking, what is he not liking. At a glance, mind becomes so active to see before that person asks for a particular item. The mind has become one with the mind of the eater, that he goes with that item and he is in need of it. By the time he can think that he needs, that person is there to serve with that item. He is eating, the dal is getting exhausted, 2 morsels are there, he needs that dal or that vegetable or that buttermilk or curd, what he needs is already ready there. The last morsel is putting next to his needs that he is there with the dal bucket. This is implicit obedience to what God expects. What does he need? What is his expectation? What is his? Always to be servant is to become mind-to-mind oneness. If I am servant, I am one with the mind of the Master. Then only I know what He expects from me, what He needs in His life at what time. I am taking a journey with my Master somewhere. There is no rules apply except what is it. He wants to go somewhere. He wants to buy a ticket. He wants to see that his things are intact. And these are not day-to-day activities that I can think or expect. And I am ready with that. Whatever his mind works, I am one with his mind and it is reflecting in my mind. That is, we see Ramakrishna Maharaj, after going to south in Chennai, used to serve Sri Ramakrishna in an image. In the temple, he had kept a photograph of Sri Ramakrishna and worshipping it every day. And when it is hot, we usually open the temples at particular hours and particular services goes on, and we see that there is no seva paradha, this shortcoming in services anyway of the Lord in the temple. But untimely, Maharaj used to go and open. It is very hot day. He used to feel the need of a fan. So immediately he would get up. Oh, Thakur is taking rest. God is taking rest. Let me go and fan him. He should not get disturbed. Slowly he would open the door, go inside and start fanning. This is not his mind. See, God takes the attitude, the form and everything takes attitudes, formations, everything like what the devotee feels. Devotee feels God as his own child, helpless child. Then the God becomes that, not pretends to be. He becomes a helpless child. You can see in Aghoramani's Devi, that is Gopalanma's life, Krishna coming a small boy and running about here and there. He wants certain things. He's making importunities. He's weeping that she has not given. All this, it is not unreal. It is real. It is real. God adopts like that. God has no limitations. He is ruling the world on one side. He is pervading the universe. At the same time, he is manifesting as a small child in the arms of that old lady who is panting for his darshan. She wants to see him as a child. And same like a mother scolding the child, why are you disturbing now? This is not the time to eat. I will give you after 10 minutes. I am preparing this, that. Everything she has to console and God. And here we see Sri Ramakrishnananda in Chennai Mutt, when he fans God. God is, as he is experiencing God sleeping there and enjoying his fan. And you see Sri Ramakrishna, he is seeing there, Sri Ramakrishna lying down. For all of us, it is a photo we have put on the bed and covered. Slowly he removes the cover. In winter he covers with it. And it is acceptable to God. And he receives those services as he. Now you see, suppose Sri Ramakrishna was in real personality, how warmth he would have felt and how comfortable when someone fans. The same thing. These are called implicit obedience. That is what he expects, what he thinks, with that he is moving. In Buddha's life also we see that, what is his name? Mahakashyap, Mahakachap or something, his name, Mahakashyap. He becomes a disciple, he goes to argue, defeat him in the debate. Buddha says, I'll be free after this village. From village to village, the whole group of sadhus used to go, be there, transform their life to pure spiritual life and go ahead. So in between, hundreds of people will be coming and discussing so many things, hearing him. So Mahakashyapa goes there to argue with him. He says, see, so many people are coming. I have no time, you see. After leaving this village, we'll be going to the next village. In between, we get little time. In the forest, we can sit and discuss. He goes on seeing for 1 week and sees how he consoles, how the people are getting transformed, how they are spiritually getting elevated. All this he just sees and views. He had come to argue on the philosophical basis. Now he sees what are. Then when they reach the forest, he calls him, come, let us have the debate. He wanted debate, Vada Bhiksha. Then he comes and just bows down at the feet of Buddha, falls at his feet and asks him to accept him as his disciple. He says, what, you came for arguing and defeating me? What are you doing this? He says, what I have read and known to be true, I saw here in you. So the realization, the enlightenment, he is seeing Lord in everyone, treating everyone as God. What else is there to argue? Compassion, intense compassion and love on jivas. What is the ultimate thing that a man has to achieve, he is saying in the Buddha's life. So he surrenders. Then he becomes so much that he is always one with Buddha as he travels. And towards the end when it comes, years pass and he has become one with Buddha. That Buddha feels hungry, he will immediately know he is feeling hungry. The Buddha's hunger is reflecting in his body. He says, Buddha is hungry, he takes his food, takes his food. Buddha is having some cough, he immediately sees, he has not met Buddha, not seen Buddha, he is somewhere, he sends the cough medicine. He is having fever, he is already getting, because he is one with whatever is happening in his body and mind, he is reflecting in the body of the mind of this person. Oneness. This is Dasya. And last day also ends in the same way. That a person comes and calls him for Bhiksha to his house. Buddha says, yes, I will come. This person, while he is going, he says he is not going to come. He says, what are you telling? He has accepted he will come to my house. Then again he goes to Buddha and, will you come or not? Yes, I will come. Then again he comes back. Again he says, no, he is not going to come. Then that person again goes to Buddha and asks, will you be coming or not? He says, Mahakashyapa is telling that you will not be coming. He says, no, I will come. And he sees that the person, Buddha is going to leave the body that day. He already knows Mahakashyapa. And because he is one with Buddha, what is happening to Buddha is reflecting in Buddha's leaving the body, he already knows. And the The same moment the Buddha leaves the body, he also leaves the body. This is Dasya. In Dasya, we become one with, and whatever the Lord's will, Lord's wish, Lord's expectations, Lord's orders are implicitly followed, and wherever he sees Lord, his head bows down in acceptance and offering his services. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Tat Sat Shri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu.